Drake is filing a petition against Universal Music Group.
Rap battle between Drake and Kendrick Lamar.
Drake's company has filed 2 legal actions.
Drake drops bombshell lawsuit, accuses Kendrick Lamar of sabotaging his career.
Drake's company has filed 2 legal actions accusing Universal Music Group, which represents both of the artists, of defamation and illegally boosting Lamar's viral song that targeted Drake, Not Like Us.
Ladies and gentlemen, gather around because we're diving into a story shaking the foundations of hip-hop and leaving fans everywhere asking one question: what's going on with Drake? The Sixth God, long celebrated for his chart-topping hits and undeniable swagger, now finds himself in the midst of a storm that could have far-reaching consequences for his career.
At that point, it wasn't even about battle rap or any of that. It was just the information was too shocking. It was, like I said, on his part, it was a genius chess move. He obviously has no, when it comes to me, he's not gonna have any, morals or respect.
Today, we'll explore Drake's explosive lawsuit against Universal Music Group, his fiery rivalry with Kendrick Lamar, and how this entire situation might leave a lasting mark on his legacy. Drake has always been a master strategist, playing the music industry like a chessboard, dominating streaming platforms and releasing diss tracks that land like precision strikes. But lately, his moves have been looking less like chess and more like checkers, with every decision seeming to fall flat. After his very public beef with Kendrick Lamar, which escalated to a boiling point during The Heart Part 6, Drake appeared to back down. He quickly shifted focus, targeting seemingly random figures, even taking aim at Steve Lacy. Yes, Steve Lacy. And if you're wondering, what does Steve Lacy have to do with any of this? Well, you're not alone. These moves didn't feel like calculated plays. They felt more like frantic reactions. Drake's response to the Kendrick feud has been nothing short of dramatic. Imagine starting a fight, the world watching, and just as things heat up, you walk away, claiming the rules aren't fair. That's exactly what's unfolding. Instead of letting the tension simmer, Drake has taken an unexpected route, filing a lawsuit against his own record label, Universal Music Group.
Drake filing petitions to find out if Universal Music Group artificially boosted the popularity of Kendrick's hit diss track, Not Like Us.
The artist once seen as untouchable is now caught in a legal battle that could redefine how the world views him. So, what's the lawsuit all about? At its center are explosive allegations that have the music industry buzzing. Drake's legal team claims Universal Music Group, UMG, orchestrated an elaborate scheme to boost Kendrick Lamar's diss track.
2 of rap music's biggest stars, Drake and Kendrick Lamar, is entering a dramatic new chapter. Drake's company has filed 2 legal actions.
Not Like Us. And this wasn't just any diss track. It didn't just surpass expectations. It shattered Drake's streaming records, leaving his team scrambling and now pursuing legal action. Let's dive deeper into why this has become such a massive deal. Kendrick's Not Like Us dropped at a critical moment in their escalating rivalry, and its unprecedented success only added fuel to the fire. But according to Drake's lawsuit, that success wasn't organic. Instead, he accuses UMG of employing shady tactics
by using bots, payola, and other tactics. Drake claimed in a petition filed Monday in New York Supreme Court that the success of Not Like Us was due to deceptive practices and not organic streams. Drake initiated legal action by his company, Frozen Moments LLC. A petition is typically a precursor to a lawsuit and seeking the preservation of evidence in New York. Most of the claims in the lawsuit are aimed at Universal Music Group. In the petition, G claimed that UMG launched a campaign to manipulate and saturate the streaming service and airwaves with the song Not Like Us in order to make the song go viral.
These are bombshell claims in an industry where such tactics are often whispered about, but rarely brought into public view, or a courtroom. The allegations suggest UMG implemented a multi-layered strategy to boost Kendrick's track. This included using bots to artificially inflate streaming numbers, making the song appear far more popular than it actually was. Payola, an old but controversial practice of paying for radio play, was allegedly used to ensure the track dominated the airwaves. But perhaps the most shocking claim is the manipulation of streaming platform algorithms. According to the lawsuit, when fans searched for Drake's Certified Lover Boy, they were instead directed to Kendrick's Not Like Us.
Drake is filing a petition against Universal Music Group and Spotify, accusing the companies of, quote, artificially inflating the spread of Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar.
Imagine being a loyal Drake fan, excited to hear your favorite artist, only to end up listening to a diss track taking shots at him. It's more than frustrating, it's a calculated psychological move. Every search for Drake became an opportunity to promote Kendrick's song instead. From a strategic perspective, it's a bold move, but from Drake's standpoint, it's sabotage. And the most eyebrow-raising claim? Siri, Apple's virtual assistant, allegedly played a role in this conspiracy. Drake's team alleges that when users asked Siri to play Certified Lover Boy, they were redirected to Not Like Us. The idea of a diss track being embedded into Siri's suggestions sounds almost unbelievable. Imagine casually asking Siri to play a Drake song, only to be served a Kendrick diss track instead. While the claim is bizarre, it raises important questions about how technology and entertainment intersect. If true, it suggests an unprecedented level of coordination between UMG, streaming platforms, and tech companies, challenging everything we think we know about the industry. One of the most shocking specifics of the lawsuit involves Siri, which Drake's team has reportedly dubbed Kendrick Laser. They claim Siri wasn't making innocent mistakes. It was deliberately programmed to steer users toward Kendrick's track as part of UMG's larger marketing plan. If this accusation holds water, it could have major implications for how technology shapes entertainment, advertising, and consumer behavior. However, proving such a claim will undoubtedly be an uphill battle. Critics have already pointed out that while these allegations are sensational, backing them up with evidence will be extremely challenging. Drake's team must provide hard proof that UMG intentionally manipulated Spotify algorithms or influenced Siri's behavior. Without solid evidence, these claims risk being dismissed as wild conspiracy theories. The stakes couldn't be higher. Drake's legal team will need to bring their absolute best to make a compelling case.
Yeah, this morning Drake's attorney appeared here in court and he was addressing an order that the court had released saying Drake had to appear for a deposition.
Adding another layer of complexity, reports suggest Drake tried to resolve the matter privately before resorting to legal action. Drake's company, Frozen Moments LLC, repeatedly reached out to UMG to address what they saw as unfair practices negatively impacting his career. However, UMG allegedly dismissed these concerns, claiming the issue was between Drake and Kendrick, not them. In fact, the lawsuit claims UMG even offered to sue Kendrick on Drake's behalf, provided Drake dropped his own legal action against the label. This paints a picture of a label potentially willing to sacrifice Kendrick's reputation to protect itself. Stepping back for a moment, the lawsuit appears to be just as much a strategic play as a legal one. Industry insiders see it as a tactical move in Drake's ongoing battle with UMG, particularly regarding his contract. Rumors suggest Drake feels undervalued in his current $400 million deal.
Drake appears to have finalized a mega deal with Universal Music Group that can net him $400 million when it's all said and done. An official figure has yet to be disclosed. According to industry insiders, the deal will cover Drake's recordings, publishing, merchandise, and visual media projects.
And believes his contributions to the music world warrant closer to $600 million. With that in mind, the lawsuit could be a way for Drake to gain leverage in negotiations. If he can prove UMG engaged in practices that harmed his career, it could strengthen his case for better terms or even set the stage for him to go independent. However, this gamble is not without risk. If the allegations don't hold up in court, Drake could end up looking petty or paranoid, especially if UMG convincingly refutes the claims. Finally, consider the potential impact on Drake's reputation. In hip-hop, authenticity and toughness are highly valued. Turning to legal action over diss tracks? That's not how conflicts are traditionally resolved in the culture. Many fans and critics already see the lawsuit as a sign that Drake isn't just accepting defeat, He's broadcasting it. By involving lawyers in what began as a musical rivalry, he risks being seen as weak or hypocritical. Before we delve further into the unfolding drama of Drake's legal showdown with Universal Music Group, it's essential to understand the heart of his accusation. These claims are not only captivating the music world, but also revealing a side of Drake that has everyone asking, is he truly a victim, or is this just a calculated move? Let's break it down and focus on the two explosive allegations Drake is bringing to the table. The claim that Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us streams were artificially inflated, and the bold accusation that UMG conspired to derail Drake's career while boosting Kendrick's success. The alleged UMG sabotage. The second and arguably more dramatic claim is that UMG actively conspired against Drake to elevate Kendrick's career. According to Drake, the label didn't remain neutral amid the escalating feud between the two artists, but instead took deliberate steps to undermine him while promoting Kendrick's music. This isn't just typical industry drama. It's a bombshell accusation that paints UMG as a puppet master, manipulating the careers of two of its biggest stars. Drake's lawsuit alleges that UMG influenced not only the algorithms of streaming services, but also the way fans interacted with platforms. For instance, when fans searched for Drake's Certified Lover Boy on Spotify or Apple Music, they were allegedly redirected to Kendrick's Not Like Us. Drake's team describes this as a calculated move to siphon attention away from his music and direct it toward Kendrick's track. If true, it would suggest an unprecedented level of corporate meddling aimed at engineering the narrative of success. However, proving such a coordinated effort would require a mountain of evidence: data logs, internal communications, or whistleblower testimony. Without this, the allegations may remain unsubstantiated. Adding to the drama is the question of motive. Why would UMG, a label that has benefited immensely from both Drake and Kendrick, risk alienating one of its biggest stars? If such a conspiracy were real, why escalate it now, during one of the most publicized feuds in recent history? It raises the possibility that Drake's accusations may be fueled by frustration and a sense of losing ground in the ongoing rivalry. A hacker, podcasts, and alleged bias. The plot thickens with Drake's inclusion of an anonymous hacker as a key informant. According to his lawsuit, this hacker provided evidence that UMG paid an influential podcast to subtly promote Kendrick's Not Like Us without disclosing the payment. This allegation pushes the narrative into even murkier territory, as it challenges the independence of the podcasting world, a space often seen as one of the last bastions of unfiltered commentary. Drake claims the podcast's hosts heavily promoted Not Like Us, framing it as the defining track of the feud, without revealing that they were compensated. While podcasts do have a growing influence in shaping public opinion around music and culture, proving that one was secretly paid to hype Kendrick's track is a tall order. Moreover, even if compensation was involved, Drake's legal team would need to show that this promotion had a direct and measurable impact on Kendrick's success. A challenging argument to make without tangible data linking the podcast's influence to a spike in streams or engagement. For years, UMG played a pivotal role in Drake's dominance. During the height of his success, particularly with the release of Scorpion in 2018, Drake's presence was ubiquitous. His face graced major playlists, his tracks dominated the charts, and his influence was undeniable. UMG's promotional machine ensured that every release was a cultural moment, solidifying his reputation as a global phenomenon. But today, that relationship appears to have soured. Drake's recent lawsuit against UMG paints a starkly different picture, accusing the label of sabotaging him to elevate his rival, Kendrick Lamar. At the center of this controversy is Kendrick's diss track, Not Like Us, which shattered streaming records and ignited a fierce debate in the music world. Drake's accusations against UMG are explosive. He alleges that the label orchestrated the massive success of Not Like Us by manipulating streaming platforms and promoting Kendrick's track at his expense. For an artist like Drake, whose career has been built on his ability to dominate the charts, These claims suggest a profound sense of betrayal. The allegations go beyond typical industry rivalries, hinting at a deliberate attempt by UMG to undermine one of its most profitable artists. But how did things escalate to this point? Insiders suggest that this feud is rooted in deeper issues, particularly financial tensions. Drake's current contract negotiations reportedly involve a staggering $600 million demand, an amount that reflects his extraordinary commercial value, but also pushes the boundaries of what UMG may be willing to pay. As the music industry evolves, with streaming platforms taking a larger share of revenue and traditional labels facing increasing scrutiny, UMG may be reluctant to meet such steep demands. This financial standoff provides critical context for the escalating conflict between Drake and the label. Adding fuel to the fire is Drake's unconventional release of 100 gigs for your head top. This sprawling collection of unreleased tracks, behind-the-scenes footage, and archival material bypassed traditional streaming platforms, debuting instead on Instagram and a dedicated website. While some fans saw this as a bold move, others viewed it as a sign of growing friction between Drake and UMG. The release seemed intended to assert Drake's independence, signaling that he could operate outside the label's influence. But the results were mixed. Without the promotional muscle of UMG, 100 gigs didn't generate the level of buzz typical of a Drake release. It served as a stark reminder that even an artist of Drake's stature relies on the industry's infrastructure to maintain relevance. UMG's response to Drake's lawsuit has been equally revealing. The label not only denied the allegations, but also dismissed them with a pointed statement: "Fans choose what they want to hear." This assertion positions UMG as a neutral player, suggesting that Kendrick's success was organic rather than the result of manipulation. By framing the success of Not Like Us as a reflection of genuine fan interest, UMG effectively undermines Drake's claims, casting him as overly defensive and out of touch with the realities of the industry. This narrative shift poses a significant risk to Drake's reputation. For years, he was seen as an untouchable figure in hip-hop, a master of lyrical and cultural dominance. But now, he risks being perceived as someone who can't handle competition. This battle is about more than just music. Drake's lawsuit shines a light on the changing power dynamics within the music industry. As streaming platforms grow in influence and artists demand greater autonomy, traditional labels like UMG are under increasing pressure to adapt. Drake's $600 million demand and his efforts to release music independently reflect a broader push for control, not just by him, but by artists across the board. In this context, the lawsuit can be seen as a microcosm of a larger struggle over who holds the reins in an industry undergoing rapid transformation. But while Drake's fight might have broader implications, it's also a deeply personal gamble. If he wins, he could expose significant industry practices and potentially reshape the way labels interact with artists. However, if he loses, the fallout could be devastating. Beyond the financial and legal ramifications, a loss would further tarnish his reputation, solidifying the perception that he's struggling to maintain his grip on the top spot. In hip-hop, where perception is often as important as talent, such a blow could have lasting consequences. Meanwhile, Kendrick Lamar seems to be thriving. Not Like Us continues to dominate cultural conversations, its lyrics etched into the memories of fans, and its success cemented in streaming records. As Kendrick basks in the spotlight, Drake is left grappling with the fallout of his legal and public battles. His once unshakable confidence appears to be wavering, replaced by a more vulnerable defensive stance. In the end, this lawsuit is more than just a legal dispute. It's a defining moment in Drake's career. It forces us to confront the complexities of the music industry, the power struggles behind the scenes, and the shifting dynamics between artists and labels. For Drake, it's a high-stakes gamble that could either reinforce his legacy or mark the beginning of a decline. What's your take? Is Drake right to challenge the system, or has he gone too far? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Until next time, stay tuned as this saga continues to unfold.